This is Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights. Presented by Jack in the Box.
You are looking live at Gustafson Stadium on San Antonio's north side, where tonight on Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights, we've got the Brennan Bears taking on the Holmes Huskies. Good evening, everybody. I'm Don Harris, along with my broadcast partner, Chuck Mikatinik. Both of these teams had great non-district schedules, played some good competition. Now they're ready for this zone/district play, and both teams have their eyes on the playoffs.
What I like about this matchup tonight, Don, is you have two coaches that are best buddies, used to work together. You got the Brennan Bears, one of the established programs in 28 6A Zone A, and then the Holmes Huskies under their first-year head coach Juan Morales, trying to get the program back to the elite level that they had back when you and I were growing up.
Now, Brennan has Jamel Jeter, and we've been looking at this kid for the last 3 years, Chuck, and he is something special. Already committed to Oklahoma State, and tonight he could set a record.
Yeah, closing in on 4,000 yards for his career. He's done it all at this school, and obviously, when you're at Brennan at a program like this and you can get carries as a freshman like this young man did, you knew he was going to be something special, and he has lived up to the billing each and every year, getting better and better as we move forward.
College scouts also have their eye on Brennan's defensive side of the ball. That's linebacker number 21, Isaiah Paul.
Interesting story here. I mean, this guy started out at the safety position. They've had to move him to the linebacker spot because they've had a glut of injuries. But ask Coach Baser about this guy. One word comes to mind, and it is stud. Well, we will be calling his name all night long, I can assure you that.
For the Holmes Huskies, they have some explosive players on offense, including DeQuarion Haney, who was out a week ago, but we'll be calling his number a lot.
Yeah, a little bit nicked up, but as you see, really good numbers, and he was another key contributor last year on this Holmes team. And he's one of those guys on your squad that the other guys gravitate to, a natural-born leader. He'll have his hands on the ball a lot this evening is right.
A year ago, we found out about Quintravious Wright of Holmes. He made his debut on TNL, and he's back.
They had him outside last year, but under Coach Morales' new offensive scheme, they like him better at tight end. They feel like they can better utilize him there. As you see, so far it's bared fruit. 13 receptions, almost 200 yards receiving, and 3 scores on the year.
I thought we were going to have some football weather. It was great this morning, but it's warmed up a bit for their game time conditions. Brought to you by ASCO. Let's go down to the field and Alex Garcia. Alex?
Oh, wow, guys. What a night for football. I mean, the temperatures were early. They were up around 83, but now they've already dropped down to about 78. Got a light little southeast wind. I don't think that'll do much for the kicking or the passing. It'll be perfect, but boy, this is a great night for football temperature-wise. As the temperature drops, the football's only going to get better.
All right, thanks a lot, Alex. Hey, let's go down to the sidelines. And Hannah Trippett, she's in for Mike Hernandez this week, and she's got her eye on a couple of stars tonight. Hannah?
Yeah, Don, you know what? I got my eye on Alexander Wise. And why? Last season, he was an all-district first-team selection, and this year, he's putting up similar numbers. 371 receiving yards so far. He's already been selected to the All-Star game, and get this, he already has an offer to the U.S. Air Force Academy, so we may be seeing him play next fall on Saturdays, guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Hannah. When we come back, we will have our Hallmark University keys to the game. It's Brennan and Holmes kicking off zone play tonight. We're coming right back.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Lymphedema MD. You're watching Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights, presented by Jack in the Box.
Welcome back to Gus Stadium. It's Brennan and Holmes on Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights as we start getting into zone and district play full-fledged now. And right now it's time for our Hallmark University keys to the game. And up first, Chuck, those Brennan Bears.
Well, what Steve Baser's bunch wants to do tonight is execute at a high level on both sides of the ball, first and foremost. Secondly, they want to create at least 3 turnovers in this contest. And I asked him this week, 3, aren't you setting the bar a little high? He goes, I wanted to say 4. And then lastly, special teams. They want to be good there as well.
All right, we asked Coach Baser about his week of preparation.
Well, we try to take every week, for what it is, getting ready for the next opponent, and Holmes is the next one on the schedule, so it's no different. We always try to the kids, it doesn't matter who we're playing, where we're playing, when we're playing. We can't control certain things, but we can control how we prepare and what we do, and we try to have, a good product and a process, and we go through that process week in, week out, regardless of opponent. So hopefully we've done that. Hopefully we're fully prepared and ready to go, and again, that's what we try to do on a weekly basis.
All right, it's been a tough couple of weeks for the Holmes Huskies, Chuck. What are their keys to the game?
Well, first thing they want to do is be able to stop Jeter. Easier said than done. Secondly, they don't want to step on their own toes. Mistakes have been a problem here of late. And then lastly, see if they can make something really good happen on special teams.
They're a little bit more healthier than they've been the last couple of weeks. We asked Coach Morales what he expects from his squad.
Our defense did really well last week. Again, the score didn't show it. We had a couple of scores actually against our offense and our special teams, which are things that we're fixing, and we got little things that we worked on. But our defense is really sound. We're going to try and maintain that. It's going to take that to try and contain their run game. And, of course, like I said, we're going to work on our offense and special teams to make sure we bring in a whole complete game together.
Yeah. All right, it's going to be a good one. Brennan and Holmes, you're going to see some of the top talent in all of San Antonio. Don't miss it. We're kicking off Brennan and Holmes on Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights when we come back.
Standing at midfield, presenting our nation's colors this evening is the color guard from the Texas 781st Air Force Junior ROTC from Oliver Wendell Holmes and Business Careers High School. Commanding and carrying the American flag, Cadet First Lieutenant Destiny Sanchez Saldua. Carrying the Texas flag, Cadet Second Lieutenant Ivana Cuevas. The American Guard, Cadet Second Lieutenant Fauzi Abraham. The Texas Guard, Cadet Second Lieutenant Jason Robinson. At this time, we ask you to please rise and remove your hats to honor America and the men and women serving in our armed forces around the world. Our national anthem tonight will be played by the Oliver Wendell Holmes Husky High School Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Daniel Lugo.
Thanks for watching the Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights pregame show. Stay tuned for tonight's first half kickoff.
Welcome back to Gustafson Stadium. Coach Steve Baser and his Brennan Bears getting ready to do battle with the Holmes Huskies tonight. And we're ready to kick it off here on Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights. Don Harris, Chuck McIntyre, Hannah Trippett down on the sidelines. Glad to have you with us. Hard to believe we're more than halfway into the high school football season and our season here on TNL. And Chuck, it flies by, man. We're now ready to see these teams battle for the playoffs.
Yeah, it's going to be a great thing and a great game to watch unfold and watch these two old buddies go at it. Worked together back in the day at a couple different stops. Both have the utmost respect for each other and the way they run their programs. And it's going to be really interesting to see how it all plays out. I mean, for Holmes, you couldn't have been any more banged up than they were a week ago. They were missing their starting quarterback. Both of their running backs were out. They were missing an offensive lineman, but they're getting quite a number of those kids back. Brennan, same thing for them. They've had an inordinate amount of injuries as well, too. They were thinking they were going to have this superstar, all-star linebacking core, and it's been razor thin back there. They've had to juggle, but it's kind of the pitfalls and some of the razors that you'd encounter when you go through a brutal, tough season like these guys go through every year.
All right, time for our Ernest Roofing first half kickoff. Brennan will receive it here in the first half. Jordan Smith is back with Jamil Jeter. And Adier Nunez will do the honors for the Holmes Huskies, and we're going to be underway here shortly. That's a smart thing to do, is to keep it away from Jeter, as the Bears will take the fair catch right at the 22-yard line. And we'll get our first look at that Brennan offense. They're led, of course, by Jeter. Jordan Martinez is number 10 playing quarterback for them. 896 yards, 6 touchdowns passing the football this year, also with 6 interceptions. But we will see a steady dose of number 5 here tonight. Also 18, Alexander Wise is the favorite target when they throw the football, as it's first down and 10. And Martinez keeps. Good yardage picked up, about 8. Criovani Johnson on the tackle. That'll set up second down and about 2.5.
Get an early look at Jordan Martinez as a 2-year letterman. Throws great, runs great, reads it really well. Not flashy, but really executes at a very high level. You'll see that as it unfolds tonight.
Smith splits out to his right. Jordan play action to Jeter. He's caught in the backfield, running for his life, and brought down from behind. And a nice play by the Holmes Husky defense, as Edward Gutierrez got in there to bring him down. Let's take a look at the starters for Brennan on offense. There's the big guys up front. They're anchored by Mario Reyes there on the center spot. And of course, Jamil Jeter, the man to watch on offense. Hadn't touched the football yet, but only 75 yards away from 4,000 career yards. He's been playing varsity football since he was a freshman. Ran for over 500 yards as a 14-year-old. And put up huge seasons as a sophomore and junior. Fire, and they throw it to Smith, who breaks a tackle across midfield and inside Holmes territory before Alan Briseno and Jose Martinez bring him down. A gain of 27.
So many weapons on this Brennan team. You can focus on Jeter and focus on all the stars they have in the backfield, but we got some weapons out in front too. And Jordan Smith doing a really nice job coming back for that football. And 3rd and long, no problem for Brennan on their first drive.
It's a Kielbasa smoke meats first down, and here's Jeter for the first time tonight. He gets the corner, nowhere really to go, but does a nice job of dancing, and then you see his strength and his quick feet as he turns nothing into something. Briseno making the tackle. Nice gain of about 7.
These guys can spread you out. They can smash mouth you. They can do a lot of different things with this offense. And it seems like it's been that way this entire decade for Coach Baser's bunch. Always got elite level caliber athletes across the board.
Had a lot of success. Playoff history. It's handed inside. Short of the first down. Good gang tackling by that Holmes Husky defense. Javon Grimes on the fullback dive is short of the first down. That'll set up 3rd down and about 2 as we check that Holmes defense. And they've got some guys making plays in there. One guy to keep your eye on is Brandon Reynosa in the backfield. And we've already called Criovani's number early in this ball game. But Reynosa, Xavier Gonzalez, and Ricky Luna Paz, all playmakers back there. Martinez on the key, bounces it, still has a shot at the stick, now turns upfield. Has the first down and much more. Nice job by Jordan Martinez to pick up another Kielbasa smoke meat first down, but we've got an injured Husky, but he pops right back up, so glad to see him all right.
Yeah, again, you're getting a chance to see Jordan Martinez early and kind of the bag of tricks and the wild assortment of things that this guy can do to beat you. It's the real patience, showing some vision on that play. And it's interesting to watch because, you know, this is a kid that had a quad contusion in their scrimmage, and boy, the coaches just talked about how tough a guy is. He's battled right through it, and he's healthy now and looking the part.
First down and 10. He fires a slant. It's caught. That's Wise. Wise inside the 10-yard line. Josiah Hartfield brought him down, but after a 19-yard gain, that's why we talked so much about him pregame, and Hannah pointed him out as a guy to watch.
Yeah, both receivers, you're already seeing it here on this first drive. Great hands, very explosive, great athletes. I mean, two superior options in this pro-I offense.
Inside the Miracle Mattress red zone as the Bears are knocking on the door. Jeter in the eye. He gets the football. He's looking for space. Tries to bounce it. You see his forearm strength, and he gets to the end zone, and he scores. Jamil Jeter, touchdown. Brennan.
Yeah, just like you draw it up, right down the field goes Brennan on their first drive to start this game, and they showed you just about everything they could show you. It's a quarterback keeper. He used both wide receivers on the drive, and of course, when you got a star like Jamil Jeter, it's going to usually take more than one guy to bring him down, and you're going to have to go low on him. He's just too strong.
Andrew Bentley's extra point is good, and Brennan leads 7-0 from Gus. We're coming back with more Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights.
Oh.
Well, that didn't take long. The Brennan Bears jumping out on top of Holmes 7-0 behind their Oklahoma State Cowboy commit, Jamil Jeter. Scoring drive taking 8 plays, 73 yards, and Jeter picks up 8. Remember, he was just about 75 short of his 4,000 career mark coming into the game.
Yeah.
So we'll keep an eye on that.
You may want to buy that young man sitting to his right, a cheeseburger, Johnny Ray. Man, did he throw a block out there that created a cavernous hole to kickstart Jeter at the point of attack.
All right. Bentley gets his foot into it, and it's kicked to John Bustos. Bustos gets to the 20, about the 15-yard line. They'll mark it at the 14, and that's where Holmes' offense will set up for the first time tonight. We'll get a chance to see Jacob Longoria, the junior quarterback who has missed some time, but Holmes excited to get all their stars back this week. They're still without Marquise Jones, who has really put up some big numbers for them, rushing and receiving. But DeQuarion Haney is back, and Longoria is back this week. You see his numbers, 50 of 83 on the year. And he's got a couple of targets in Quintravious Wright and Jake Lee that he likes to go to. Hand off to Haney on first down, and he's got a nice gain of about 5 or 6. Check that. That's Malcolm Wisher. He's the sophomore that they really like. And he's going to get plenty of carries here tonight. Here's a look at that Holmes offense up front. The big fellas led by Manuel Lozola on the line, and then Quintravious Wright is the guy that just passes the eye test that you want to watch all night. Although Jake Lee has very impressive numbers in the receiving corps. Here's Haney. He's met, still on his feet. Has a first down as Donovan Williamson brings him down. You see his explosiveness, a little undersized, but he's a special back.
Yeah, got a lot of speed. We saw him last year. He was able to do quite well.
So it's a kielbasa smoke meat first down for the Holmes Husky. Juan Morales really turned around that Highlands program in just a couple of years, and he's got some work to do here at Holmes, but no doubt they are on their way with the new culture instilled by Juan Morales. Here's Haney. And no gain really as the Brennan defense was all over it. Broderick Bates right there. If you take a look at Broderick Bates and the rest of that Brennan defense. Kyle Hamby, very impressive on the end. Isaiah Paul is the standout recruit that we talked about pregame. He will be all over the field, and we will be calling his number
quite a bit. Deshaun Tolfrey goes both ways, playing corner and wide receiver for the Brennan Bears. 2nd down and 9. Longoria on a play action fires over the middle, and it's picked off. And Quintravious Wright makes a nice tackle. Otherwise, Javon Hopkins might have turned that back around and headed to the house. A nice defensive play and a little bit of an overthrow there for Holmes.
Really great defensive presence by Brennan on the back end of this. Lots of traffic, and then Hopkins doing a really nice job just playing center field. Goes back and makes a play. And a big play early for Brennan.
It was Goodman on the tackle. Deshaun Goodman, not Quintravious Wright, who hustled down there to make the play. But again, tip your cap to that Brennan defense. And Brandon Reynosa. First down, ball's out. But I believe they're going to call it down. Clean game so far. No penalties. Alexander Wise picks up about 7.
Got a little quick hitter to the outside, just trying to pick up some few yards, and that ball came clean.
They have so many weapons, Chuck. It's kind of hard to decide what you want to do as a defense when you have to account for number 5 back there. You always have to send an extra guy in the box for him, but then they have these explosive receivers on the outside as Tolfrey comes in motion. That one's going to be picked off. Holmes returns the favor. It's Brandon Reynosa.
Brandon Reynosa doing a very nice job there, playing inside leverage and just reading the quarterback's eyes, stepping in front of that, making a really nice play to absorb the previous turnover for his squad. Nice job, Brandon.
I see your 17 with an Oski. Here's our 17 with a pick. Nice job.
Perfect coverage and able to hang on all the way through the ground.
Wise was the intended receiver, so just like that, Longoria gets another shot at it. No harm, no foul, as Haney lines up behind him. Those two continue to talk. First down, it's Haney. Speed to the outside, and you can see his lightning quickness as he picks up a kielbasa smoked meat first down, and the Huskies are inside Brennan territory.
When they've gotten him outside on his 2 runs, it looks like he's 5 steps quicker than everybody else on the field. Nice explosive running here early. Number 3.
Haney comes into the game with 420 yards and 2 touchdowns on the year. Just still a junior. We saw him last year as a sophomore, very explosive. And a new set of downs for the Huskies and Jacob Longoria. The play action this time to Haney, and Longoria will keep, and he'll pick up about 4 before being dragged down by that Brennan defense.
Yeah, Jacob Longoria, an interesting story too, Don. We're talking about this young man not even being 2nd string on the QB depth chart last year, but I really felt like he's done a great job picking up the new system. He's got poise, and of course, as you'd expect for a kid getting his first varsity snaps, he's going through some growing pains in terms of chemistry and working with timing issues with his receivers, but they're making adjustments, and they're really pleased with his development so far.
Change the formation. He goes under center for the time being. Got everybody set. It's a pitch to Haney going right. Not a lot of room to go, but he breaks a tackle. Nice job getting back to the line of scrimmage. And he just kind of darts his way in and out of traffic. Jeffrey McMillan with the tackle.
You called your shot on that one. That's exactly what happened. There were so many guys that were there plugging holes. He didn't think there was any chance he was going to be able to score through and make that into a positive gain, but yet he did. Found a little crease and hit it, and picked up about 4.
Manageable down in distance here, 3rd down and 6. Again, in these situations, Longoria likes number 6, Quintravious Wright, Jake Lee. He's looking to his right, single covered, and it's caught for a first down, and it's Wright, a big target. As a first down, a kielbasa smoked meat first down for Quintravious Wright. As said last year, he was a wide receiver. This year, they lined him up at tight end. Hey, time for us to tell you about our Cheer Challenge, sponsored by CPS Energy. Voting for the San Antonio Sports All-Star Cheer Challenge, powered by CPS Energy, has begun. Go to CW35.com and vote for your favorite squad. The 2 top vote getters get $1,000 and $500 grants. The 4 top squads will have a chance to cheer at the U.S. Army All-American Bowl or the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB, both on Saturday, January 6th. And Chuck, today, just today, the All-Stars were announced and released, and we'll be talking about them coming up more tonight and coming up in the next few weeks, but another great pool of talent in San Antonio. We're going to take a break. Juan Morales' squad on the move. They trail Brennan 7-0.
Welcome back to Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights. Right now I'm joined by the provost of Hallmark University, Jay Gregson. Jay, I understand there's a special award you want to tell us about tonight.
Yes, as we've been announced for the last couple of weeks, we have an Educator of the Year award where we want to serve and really honor one of the educators in our local town and city that is either a coach, an educator, a teacher, an administrator that has had an impact on someone's life, that has changed someone's life. And we have so many unsung heroes amongst us that do the work that we see out here every day. And to be able to honor one person and be able to send them on a cruise for a week and just give them some spending money, and they can go and just have fun and really just kind of reward them. And this is the first year and a part of our partnership with you all as, again, just a give back. And then hopefully as we continue that we'll be able to do more and more and be able to help others have some fun.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, guys. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Hannah. Yep, Hallmark University doing great things in the community, and our affiliation with them began this year. We're already finding out a lot about Hallmark University and what they do, and it's way beyond just education. Inside handoff, it's Haney. He's pushed back. Scrum of Bears there. Is it a pack? Chuck, the Bears running packs? Is it a pack of Bears?
You're asking me?
It's not a swarm. That would be like a bee.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm asking.
I think Bears do whatever they want.
Mark Kusenberger knows everything. Do Bears run in packs? A den of bears.
All I know is Jeffrey McMillan was
They run in dens.
eating all kinds of space and making plays over there as I try to get you off this topic as quickly as I
I
can.
thought dens is just when they chill. I think they run in packs and they chill in dens. I don't know. Anyway, Longoria running for his life. Got out of it. Wants to throw. Makes a nice cutback. We're talking about making a lot out of a little. He gets close to the first down marker.
A little junk in his game, too, we see all of a sudden, huh? Open field, a chance to make a play by the Brennan defense, and he's snapping some ankles on this run. Look at this. Let's see what he gives them. Oh, a little shoulder fake, and a couple of them there on the back, and then finishing off the run as well.
Picks up a Kielbasa Smoke first down. Smoke beats first down, and time for our America's Diamond Smile cam. That made the Holmes cheerleaders smile, and they're having a good time out here as Holmes is now knocking on the door, down 7-0. Wisher's back in, and he's got the football. It's back to the line of scrimmage, but not much doing. Jeffrey McMillan in, as he has been a couple of times tonight.
They get some big boys on both of these lines, both for Holmes up front on their offensive line, and then the Brennan front four, very stout as well. Seems like that's been the reoccurring theme year after year at Brennan. Some of the best linemen we've ever seen on the defensive side of the ball coming from Brennan over the years.
They turn him out at that program. Second down and 11, it's Wisher. And he's back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 2. Deshaun Toll-free there on the tackle. That'll set up third down and long, and probably 2-down territory, I would think, for the Holmes Huskies. Don't quite know their kicking situation. Adair Nunez has a 39-yarder this season, so
yeah, he's
they're
good.
Close to being in his range.
Talking him up before the game, he's got a leg. Devin Gibbons with a nice kick-out block on that last run as well.
Third down. Martinez keeps. He's going to be close, and I think he got the marker for a first down.
Well, Brennan had the guys there to make a play. Unfortunately for them, this number 10 guy's making some plays early for Holmes.
He sure is.
Jacob
Longoria doing yeoman's work running the football. And Chuck, I know this is going to make you really, really happy. While they talk about it, I can tell you that Mark Kusenberger has quickly researched it. And a group of bears is a sleuth. It's not a den or a pack.
Sleuth? I thought that was something that like detectives. These sleuths?
I think it has double meaning.
Okay.
First down. Inside handoff. Wisher. A young sophomore. Doing a nice job as we tick to the end of the quarter. And so the Holmes Huskies are on the move. They trail Brennan 7-0, but look out. Led by their junior quarterback and sophomore running back, the Huskies are knocking on the door when we come back on Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights. Welcome back. The Holmes Huskies ready to go on 2nd down and 6 from the 8-yard line. Jordan Longoria sends Haney back there, hands him the football. Haney to the 3, pushed back to the 4 by Javon Hopkins, who had an interception earlier.
When you look at this guy, you can tell he's been in the weight rooms, and Haney doesn't mess around, does he? I mean, he hits that hole and he attacks. I like it.
3rd down and a long yard, maybe 2. And a still possibility for a new set of downs here for the Holmes Huskies. 13th play of this drive is Quintravious Wright lines up at the right tight end spot. He's always a threat here. Instead, they hand to Haney. What a nice move to get back to the line of scrimmage. Looked like he was going to lose yardage. That'll bring up 4th down and about 2. Nathan Aldaco on the tackle. And they may just want to get points here. The Huskies are going to run out their kicking team. And Adair Nunez, who's been good this year.
Well, you did well just to get back to the line of scrimmage. You call them sleuths? There was just too many bears in the box right there. I don't know how you quantify it, but too many guys at that party.
Basically an extra point here. Kick is up, and it's good from 21. And Holmes is on the board, down 7-3 as we go down to the sidelines. And Hannah Trippett. Hannah?
Hey, Don, I am here with Thomas Kober. He is the band director of the Brennan Band, and I hear we have some fun surprises in store for halftime. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Our program, it's called the Red Balloon, and you'll notice that the band is actually dressed in red and gray. We're a black and gold group, so it's that's different right off the bat. And then you'll notice the color guard, our flags over there. They're actually right over there. They're in silver and black right now, and then at one point they just instantly, it's a magic trick of sorts. They turn into a big red dress with these giant red flags. It's a really cool effect right there at the end of what we'll see tonight.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Again, halftime show, Brennan Bears. Thomas Kober, thank you so much for joining us, guys. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Hannah. Looking forward to that. I always look forward to the halftime shows and seeing these very talented young people that are in these marching bands and spirit groups. We'll tell you more about the band grant coming up later. The best bands of the season are eligible for a $5,000 Sprouts Farmers Market band grant. So it's a reason to stick around and vote for your favorite band.
Really good effort there by Holmes. I mean, turn the ball over, you're down 7-0. Immediately your defense comes back, grabs a turnover for you, and they go down and convert and get at least 3 points on that play.
Jalen Bussey is back deep, but it's taken by the up man, and he's tackled right at about the 28-yard line. Denham Derensborg on the return. And so Brennan, who's been very impressive this year offensively, will run out a different quarterback, it would appear. Not even on the depth chart or my roster.
Coach Baser throwing us a big-time curveball on this one.
He's left-handed. He's got a completion to Smith, and look out, Jordan Smith is off to the races. One man to beat. Touchdown, Brennan Bears. We don't know who threw it, but we know Jordan Smith caught it and scored.
I don't know, man. The second coming of Ken Stabler? What is that? Comes in and Hall of Famer on his first pass of the game, goes for 6.
And he's not even to get his name called because we don't know who it is.
Well, he's the snake till we hear otherwise.
There we go. Touchdown, Snake to Smith. The extra point on its way. Kind of a short kick, but it's through from Andrew Bentley. And it's 13-3.
Snake, 3-step drop and away it goes, and Brennan gets a punch and a 14-3 lead here in the second.
Chuck, not only is a sleuth a group of bears, we had our detective sleuth go to work and find out that that is indeed Jordan Flores, who's number 11 and has been all season, but is now number 3, changed his jersey. And the southpaw sophomore quarterback, who up until just now had only attempted 1 pass on the year for 62 yards, is now 1 for 2 and has a 76-yard touchdown on the resume.
Well, in keeping with the theme of the night, he's forever going to be the snake in my mind.
Why not? So Brennan takes a 14-3 lead, and the Huskies will try to answer here. 10-12 to play here in the second quarter.
Boy, in the Holmes defense, we were talking to Coach Morales, and he was so proud of the way the unit had performed the last few weeks. And, you know, even in their game last week where they were so banged up against Marshall, he was really proud of the way his defense played. They only surrendered 2 touchdowns in that game, but gave up 2 touchdowns on offense and on special teams. So it put his squad in a little bit of a predicament there, but I know he's not going to be thrilled with getting hit with a home run right there.
All right, so Jacob Longoria goes back to work. Got a man in motion and a loose snap, but it's picked up by Deshaun Goodman, who was just right in the right place at the right time. And it's a loss on the play, but man, it could have been a lot worse for Holmes. Isaiah Paul on the tackle. So comes in motion and just gets the deflection. Good heads-up play there by Goodman.
Yeah, absolutely. Outstanding presence of mind by Deshaun there. Just a sophomore, but playing like a savvy vet. So we take a look at our first Texas silk screen and embroidery player profile of the evening, and it's Jason Alanis, the senior offensive lineman for the Holmes Huskies. You see, it's quite a resume. National English Honor Society, the Good Sam Club, Chess Club, Husky Football Leadership, and on and on and on. Young man doing lots of stuff, keep himself busy in the high school.
Haney had it on 2nd and 21. He got about 6 of it back, maybe 5. But it's going to be 3rd down and again 16, a mile for the Holmes offense here as Longoria gets ready to run out there with the play.
Yeah, really put themselves in a predicament on that first down play with the errant snap. At least they were able to get their hands back on the ball and maintain possession, so they'll have a shot here on 3rd down and not a dreaded turnover.
Right, the tight end lines up way outside as the split end. He's running a slant over the middle. They're looking for him, and he's got it. Caught, still on his feet, going for that first down, not going to get there. And nice catch by Wright, and that's why they went to him. He's a big, tall target.
Yeah, and a really great throw by Jacob Longoria, too. A lot of outside guys trying to stretch the defense there, and then made a real strong, decisive throw over there to make it 4th and short, but probably best to punt it away here on what was 3rd and forever.
And Quintravius is also the punter, not only the tight end and wideout. Darian Tolfrey back to receive it. He said just call him Q. He said don't even worry about Contreras, just call him Q. He backs up Tolfrey all the way to the 20. And Tolfrey gets that back real quick. He's got great speed across the 40 and near the 44-yard line. Darian Tolfrey, nice return. Gives Brennan good field position as they'll take over here in the second quarter.
Now we'll see what Brennan decides to do at quarterback. Did they make the move because of injury or just wanted to give him a different look?
I think it was almost like a specialty play. Maybe his play, his left-hander, come in for that one side, that slant, throw him off guard, because Martinez is back on the field for this series for Brennan. Jeter lines up as a wideout. It's a little zone read, kept by the quarterback. And Martinez has a first down. Alan Briseño finally brings him down, but not before he picks up another kielbasa smoke meat first down.
Yeah, I can't say enough about the hustle and the effort of Giovanni Johnson, number 44, too. Ball was going away from him, and he stayed after it and was able to help there bring down the ball carrier.
That was a good look by Steve Bazer's squad. A little different formation. First down and 10. Martinez keeps again. He's got more yardage and still on his feet across the 30, across the 25. Jose Martinez brings him down, but another big gainer for the Brennan quarterback.
Yeah, Jordan Martinez, that's 2 in a row now, and you're Brennan's offensive coordinator. That's one of those, we're going to do it until you stop it. Had 142 yards coming into this game on the ground, rushing the football, and a couple of scores. You can see, typical of a lot of these great programs, you got a quarterback that's dual threat. He beat you with his feet and his arm.
19-yard pickup there for Martinez as Jeter comes back into the backfield. They fire to the near side. That's caught by Wise, and he's hard to bring down, but a good job by the Huskies. I know they run in packs, and there was a pack of them there. Xavier Gonzalez leading the way.
Yeah, really good job, too, by Josiah Hartfield, the senior defensive back, number 43.
An eligible receiver downfield on the offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
It's coming back as Lonnie Johnson, our lead official tonight, makes that call. Back him up to the 30-yard line. It'll be first down and 15. 6:30 to go here in the second quarter. Brennan and Holmes from Gustafson Stadium. District 28 6A battle as whistles blow again. Here's Lonnie again with the call.
Ball start on the offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
That'll be first and 20 as Coach Bazer's squad moving backwards, and that'll cause you to lose your voice, right, Chuck?
I don't know if it takes much for Coach Bazer anyway. Man, he is fun to talk to at any time, and really enjoyed our visit with both coaches this week, as we always do. They're good guys that share their stories of their team and are really proud of their programs.
Martinez escapability, gets 10 of it back. Lawrence Lee on the tackle, but boy, got to be real impressed with Jordan Martinez's feet. Had his passing numbers coming in, thrown for 896, but he's very effective keeping it.
Yeah, and that looked like it was going to go for a lot more, so an outstanding job by Lee to get him on the ground there. He doesn't do it. That thing's going for an awful lot more than it did, and instead it's still second, and they're still behind the sticks.
Jeter only 2 carries tonight. This is his third. Bounces it outside. Watch out. Jamil Jeter, first down inside the Miracle Mattress red zone. All the way down inside the 10. Thought he might score. Ricky Luna Paz there to bring him down.
Well, you can just look at this guy's body and say that's a D1er right there. And Oklahoma State, he's already committed, really feels comfortable with that pick, but Coach Bazer's telling us that has not stopped other schools from coming and trying to talk to him, and pretty sure there's scouts tonight looking at him as well.
That's a grown man right there as Martinez keeps. Had Jeter on the pitch had he wanted to run a little wishbone football there at the end of it. Ricky Luna Paz again with the tackle.
But again, I think that's what's so cool about this Brennan offense. There's so many different weapons, and they don't just use Jeter. You know, they can hit you with him at any time, and that's their fail-safe. But you know, you have a quarterback that can run it, throw it, got those weapons outside.
Yeah, lots of weapons.
Good tight end.
I'll tell you what here, on 2nd and goal, knocking on the door, I'd try him here. And they pitch it to Jeter, showing his speed to get outside. Turns the corner, doesn't quite get to the end zone, but he gets to the 1 or 2 inside the 1.
Yeah, run a little misdirection right there, and Holmes actually doing a really good job of staying home.
Watch his power at the end of this run, Chuck. He knows he can't outrun the defense, but he just turns his shoulder right there and then lunges for the stick. Wow.
Yeah, Xavier Gonzalez doing a really nice job there. That's a tough place for a corner to be out there when you've got a Mack truck coming right at you, but he was fairly equal to the task.
I'm not sure he didn't get that on the last call. He'll get it here. Jeter inside the end zone, touchdown. Jamil Jeter's 2nd on the night, and he just makes it look easy.
Yeah, racking up those stats, racking up the yards. As we said, coming into this game, a decent shot at having 4,000 career rushing yards. It just gets better each and every year. Not much bigger because he was a big load as a freshman.
The extra point is on its way. It's up and good, and we'll go down to the sidelines and Hannah Trippett. Hannah?
Hey, Don, I'm joined by 2 gentlemen right now. I've got Captain Thomas to my left and President and CEO of San Antonio Sports, Russ Bookbinder. First, I want to talk to Captain Thomas a little bit about a program you have with San Antonio high schools, Beyond the Game. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, Beyond the Game is the U.S. Army and San Antonio Sports have teamed up to recognize high school and middle school athletic teams that demonstrate key values and go beyond the game.
And what are some of those key values?
Some of the 4 key values that they incorporate from the Army are respect, integrity, selfless service, and personal courage.
And then for a little bit more on that, Russ, how important is it for you and San Antonio Sports to have this relationship with the U.S. Army?
Well, we want our kids to model these values, and we include sportsmanship and caring. But if we can help these players and others like them understand what the values are and act those out, and that's what we try to recognize. So at halftime tonight, we'll be recognizing a couple of teams that have modeled the values. So we just encourage the audience. If you have a team, a high school or middle school team that you know of that's done a great community service or models values, go to our website, sanantoniosports.org, upload the pictures and a narrative, and maybe on TNL.
Hey, maybe on TV. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for your time. Don, back to you.
All right, thanks, Hannah. And while Russ was talking, we saw the video of the Huskies sharing their breakthrough with some of their fellow students there at Holmes Huskies and at Holmes High School. And that's just part of the many stories that we're hearing about these teams that do have great outreach programs, whether it's going down to the elementary schools and mentoring kids or reading to young 1st and 2nd graders or helping out with the special needs community or just doing kind things for their classmates. It's the Beyond the Game initiative. The Stan Lang is started here at Northside, and they're doing it all over the city. And Russ's father-in-law, Grant Taft, wrote the book on it, Beyond the Game, with legendary Baylor coach. And it's a great way to teach athletes to be much more than just football players, as we've got a big shot on Haney as he picks up maybe the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard.
Yeah, and it's really cool that all this stuff is kind of coming together and intertwined, and Russ is doing such a great job with the program. And we're talking about Stan Lang as well. I mean, and it's just little things that are so big. Like you said, the breakthrough and the Special Olympians get to run through with these kids, and it's cool for everybody involved. I mean, it's a chance of bringing everybody together and just making life a little bit better for all.
Rolling out, looking deep, Longoria over the middle. He's got Wright, and Wright's got the 30-yard line right there at the marker. See if it's good enough for a first down as we go back down to Hannah. Hannah?
And this is going to be fun and maybe a little bit salivating over here. We've got some yummy treats to talk about. I'm joined by Tina and Raul. And Raul, you're here to talk about these yummy burgers.
Yes, I am, ma'am. This right here is the Havarti burger. It comes with the tomato, the mayonnaise, and what they call Havarti cheese on a rib-eye burger. Comes with curly fries. It's only $5.19. Each burger is only $5.19. And then here we got the all-American burger, which comes with the red onions and the provolone cheese and the ribeye meat. We got it for curly fries and everything else. It is very juicy. I guarantee you it is.
Those curly fries look so good. Also, this burger looks really good. I might just grab this right here. Or Don, Chuck, you want me to bring this up to you?
Everybody needs to come and get one.
Don and Chuck will be down here at halftime. I think I can promise that, guys. Is that true?
Yep, you got that right, Hannah. Yeah. Doesn't take much.
Run the stairs back up. We can work it off running back up to the press box. 2nd down and 7 for Longoria. And Wisher took a big-time shot from Donovan Williamson right after a pickup of about 1, but that was a big-time tackle.
And you talk about big period over on the Brennan defense. I mean, that kid's a cornerback and looks more like a linebacker. Just completely looking the part and finishing that one off.
Yeah, Donovan Williamson's a big, strong young man, setting up 3rd down and 6 for the Huskies. Longoria with Wisher back there. Out of the backfield to throw it to him. Wisher gets 1 block, but he's met with a good, solid form tackle by Deshaun Tollfree. And it's going to set up 4th down for Juan Morales' squad.
Yeah, make the call because it's toll-free.
And you want to get on me about sleuths and bears. And we're going to take a break. When we come back, it'll be 4th down. Holmes is thinking it over. It's our America's Diamond Smile Cam pep rally time on the campus of the Holmes Huskies. Getting fired up for their appearance on Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights. Some kids having a great time out there at the gym. And they're right in this one. Haven't been able to quite move the offense as much as they wanted to, but find themselves down 21-3, but a good showing so far as Tollfree's back to receive the Q right punt. Low snap. Wright gets it away. Tollfree's going to let it bounce. He'll take it on the hop. And he's submerged right there by a couple of Huskies right at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, Wright did an outstanding job. Not only getting the kick away, but just finding the ears on the low snap and then having to circumvent a runner coming free off the edge. Boy, just a great all-around play because that thing was almost blocked by Jalen Bussey. Jalen Bussey's done a nice job at his safety spot as an interception this year and almost had him a blocked kick right there.
Yep, called his name a couple of times tonight. All right, Brennan with only 59 seconds to go in the half, going for it all. Martinez got a man, it's Smith, and he just dropped it. Hit him right in the chest, and Jordan Smith wants that one back. 18 catches on the year coming into this one. He had his man beat on a straight up solo post, and he just took his eyes off it.
You know, we just talked about how many weapons this Brennan offense has, and yeah, that's just one of those where you can't say enough about the throw, that's for sure. It was right on the money.
He already has 2 catches for 100 yards and a touchdown on the night. He almost got his 2nd one. Throw it again to the outside. It's caught. Not getting out of bounds is Tollfree. Although this clock will stop to move the sticks. And we're right at about 44 seconds to go at midfield for Martinez.
You see what kind of problems this Brennan offense poses for a defense, because you can't focus on any one guy, and you can't focus on any one receiver. And if you try to roll to one side, they'll beat you on the other side, and vice versa. I mean, immediately they go back to the other receiver.
The Kielbasa's smoke meets first down. Martinez has Smith again. This time he's got it, and he almost scored. He got down to the 1. Ball popped out, but he makes him pay again. He's just got breakaway speed.
Breakaway speed, and he didn't miss on his second opportunity there. And again, another dime by Jordan Martinez, right on the button.
And Martinez keeps and scores, and Brennan somehow gets another 6 points right before the half, thanks to another long 50-yard touchdown pass to Jordan Smith, who's making a case for the player of the game.
Wow. Go right down the field, don't have a whole lot of time to work with, and it really doesn't matter. You get a couple of deep balls, you show everybody in the ballpark how fast your wideouts are, and you eventually hit on one.
I said touchdown. Of course, he was down at the 1. He does have a touchdown earlier tonight, so Smith racking up the receiving yardage numbers, and Brennan racking up the points. 27-3 here with 28 ticks left for the Huskies. That play just 4 yards, 4 plays, and 74 yards, the drive rather. And a 1-yard touchdown run by Martinez capped it off, and it only took 31 seconds.
Coach Baser was talking about both his receivers this week, and he said, you know, as talented as they are, they're even better kids. He loves them both. He loves their willingness to block, do all kinds of things that are for the benefit of the team. We see what kind of athletes they've got outside as well.
Fantastic group of young athletes and good size everywhere, including Martinez. Hey, coming up, it's our countywide service halftime show. You'll hear from the Brennan Band, the Husky Band, and also, as always, you'll get to hear about the great kids that are sponsored by our Vulcan Materials Company Scholar Athletes of the Week. All that coming up on the countywide service halftime show. Adrian Bentley ready to kick it down to Deshaun Goodman and DeQuarian Haney. He's going to kick it to Goodman, who's going to field it at about the 8. Trying to find some space and not going to go anywhere. Down at the 15-yard line by number 15. That's Damari Walker, a junior, making a big tackle on special teams. And I would think Coach Juan Morales would be content to just take a snap here and regroup in the locker room. The squad down 28-3. Don't want to risk any mistakes here.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, Juan could be a riverboat gambler at times.
We saw him in that All-Star game last year.
Yeah, had all kinds of bags of tricks that he inflicted on the other team only after a week of practice.
Yeah, man, he put in all kinds of tricks for the San Antonio Sports All-Star game. Hope you'll join us Saturday, January 6th. Got a couple of All-Stars out here tonight. They faked the knee, and now Longoria is going to just go down, and that'll be the last snap of the half. Alexander Wise, one of our San Antonio All-Stars on the Brennan side. And of course, Quintravious Wright, who you've seen a lot of tonight. He'll be playing in our All-Star game as well. So it's halftime at Gus, and Brennan leads Holmes 28-3. Huskies made it interesting early in the first quarter as they looked like they would tie it up, but they've had a couple of unfortunate turnovers, and a big-time explosive offense on the Brennan side has led to the Brennan lead, as Hannah's going to stop Juan Morales, and we'll go down to Hannah Trippett.
Thanks, Don. Coach, down 28-3 at the half. What are you going into halftime telling your guys?
Well, we just got to stopping ourselves. Again, it's about mistakes. It's about young mistakes. As soon as we get ourselves settled down a little bit, we'll get that extra yard, we'll get that extra coverage, and we'll be able to handle it, I think.
What sort of adjustments do you think you need to make going into the second half?
Well, lots of little adjustments here or there. Obviously, they have a great run game, but they've taken advantage of a couple of our young ones, and we're going to go ahead and just see what we can do about moving things around and trying to change things up for them.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
All right,
guys.
All right, thanks, Hannah. Juan Morales will get back to work. He's got a young squad here at Holmes, but they're on their way up. When we come back, it's our countywide halftime show. Don't miss these bands. Brennan over Holmes, 28-3.
Welcome to the Countywide Service Company halftime show.
All right, the Brennan Bears leading right now 28-3 here at halftime. And I'm joined by Caitlin Munoz, our CW insider, and she's here to tell us a little bit about how to be a part of the crew.
Yes, okay, so to become a part of the crew, all you need is your phone. So they just text the keyword, which is CW Crew, to 44332. You're a part of the crew. We'll send you text messages every once in a while about cool giveaways. We just gave away Texans tickets to this weekend's game. I know. We'll do movie passes, we'll do Spurs tickets, so just become a part of the crew, and then you'll find out about all the good things we're giving away.
Oh, fun Spurs ticket season's about to begin. That sounds like a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining us. Now let's listen in to the Brennan Band.
Percussion captain is Simeon May. Color guard captain is Courtney Haskins. And the section of the week, the color guard. Band member of the week is Logan Whitman. Freshman band member of the week is Marley Graham. Once again, please join us in welcoming the Brennan Bear Marching Band as they perform a portion of their UIL piece entitled The Red Balloon.
Nice performance by the Brennan High School Band. If you would like to vote for them for our Sprouts Farmers Market $5,000 band grant, just text BAND11 to 44332. That's BAND11 without any spaces. And for complete texting guidelines, you can go to CW35.com. $5,000 band grant, again, made possible by Sprouts Farmers Market.
Meet Madeline Andrade, a senior at Holmes High School. Maddie's on the volleyball team, and this year she's
You're watching the Countywide Service Company Halftime Show.
Hey, it's time to recognize tonight's Scholar Athletes of the Week. At the end of the season, one featured student will be awarded $10,000 in scholarship presented by Vulcan Materials Company. Let's meet this week's students.
Meet Madeline Andrade, a senior at Holmes High School. Maddie's on the volleyball team, and this year she's learning what it's like to be one of the leaders on the team.
It's a new experience, especially like being on varsity. I was never like a leader. There was always seniors above me, so I would always look up to them. And now being in that role, I never really thought it would be this hard, or I never really thought I would be in this role.
And she's a natural leader, and not only on the volleyball court. Maddie is carrying a 98.98 GPA, third in her class. So how does she do it?
I don't sleep much. I study a lot and just work hard.
And then at volleyball practice and games, it's just not easy.
It takes a lot of time management, especially when nights I want to go to sleep or I just don't want to do my homework. I have to do it. It's a priority, especially I prioritize my schoolwork more than I do volleyball sometimes.
Maddie's dream is to go to college at the University of Texas in Austin and major in biology, and one day to become a pediatrician. Our next Scholar athlete is Tevin Anthony Williams, senior defensive end at Brennan High School. And like Maddie, Tevin carries an impressive 97.3 GPA. Here's how he juggles football and schoolwork.
It's a lot of questions in class, because I don't have a lot of off time, especially since I'm in ROTC too. So my morning time and my afternoon time is always dedicated either football or ROTC. So in class, I need to make sure I ask all the questions I can and get to tutoring when I can when I have off time,
Tevin mentioned he was in the ROTC as well. In fact, since his freshman year.
We were on honor flight, which is the best flight in our school, 2 times, and I've gone to leadership camp 2 times also, and they also gave me a chance to go to Boy State, and it's just a wonderful experience. I love it so much.
After high school, Tevin has big plans.
My ultimate goal is to serve in the military, whether it's enlisting or going to college. I really do want to go to college. I'm not sure what my major is going to be in college, but I know I want to serve. I was thinking about criminal justice or computer science.
Congratulations to Tevin Williams and Madeline Andrade, your Vulcan Materials Company Scholar Athletes of the Week.
You're watching the Countywide Service Company Halftime Show.
Welcome back to halftime. Hey, the Holmes band is in action, and Chuck McIntyre once, I believe, had to do this over at Clark High School. It's Dad's Dance. It's the parent dance. Let's go down to the field.
This is the Mighty Husky marching band under the field direction of Mr. Ryan Wilson, Mr. Kara Pritchard, and Mr. Martin Butler. Tonight, the Husky band will be performing their UIO production with the music of the motion picture King Kong. Now, please sit back, relax, and enjoy the Mighty Husky marching band.
Nice performance by the Holmes High School band. If you want to vote for them for our Sprouts Farmers Market $5,000 band grant, text band 12 to 44332. That's band 12 with no spaces. Nice job by both the Brennan and Holmes bands here tonight.
Celebrate middle school and high school teams that go beyond the game. San Antonio Sports and the U.S. Army are recognizing teams that have exhibited key values through their actions. This week, we recognize 2 school programs whose service projects highlight beyond the game values. On September the 14th, the East Central High School boys basketball program helped pack meals for malnourished children around the world at the Feed My Starving Children event at First Baptist Church in Universal City. More than 61,000 meals were sent to 70 countries. During the week of September 25th, Northside ISD celebrated America's Heroes Week by recognizing active duty and veteran military members and first responders at all varsity football games. All these young people demonstrate the beyond the game values of respect, selfless service, integrity, and caring. To learn how parents, teachers, and coaches can nominate their teams that go beyond the game, visit sanantoniosports.org.
Thank you for watching the Countywide Service Company Halftime Show. Stay tuned for the second half of tonight's game.
We're back. Time for our Dream SA Believe It halftime highlights. Jameel Jeter getting it done early for the Brennan Bears. One of his 2 touchdowns right there that gave Brennan a 7-0 lead. Holmes, and then Brennan added to that after an interception by Brennan. And this Bear offense has been explosive, but they gave it right back as Brandon Reynosa had the Oskies for the Huskies. Jordan Smith then went 76 yards for his first touchdown of the night, made it 14-3 Brennan. He's put up some serious receiving yardage tonight. And then Jameel Jeter with the 1-yard touchdown run made it 21-3, and Martinez went in from a yard out to make it 28-3. Those are idreamsa.com highlights connecting San Antonio teams to opportunity. And Chuck, take a look at these first half stats. It's been all Brennan Bears.
Yeah, pretty indicative of the score up in terms of points. You know, rushing yards going Brennan's way, passing yards as well, total yards. And really, you know, Holmes got that turnover after they gave one away to Brennan, and then they went right down the field, and, you know, you really felt like, you know, settling for 3 was going to be really tough there, and it's been Brennan ever since. I mean, once they got that field goal, it has been Brennan ball all night long.
Time for our Ernest Roofing second half kickoff. DeQuarian Haney and Deshaun Goodman back for the Holmes Huskies as Brennan will kick it off. Andrew Bentley doing the honors. And that's taken at the 5-yard line. And Goodman takes it past the 15. And we'll see this Holmes Husky offense for the first time in the second half. Jacob Longoria had his ups and downs in the first half, obviously moved the team early. And had a turnover and just been unable to get on track. And Chuck, I think that's just indicative of the competition that they're playing in these last couple of weeks versus the way they looked early in the season. You step up a notch when you get into district play here in this district.
Yeah, and this is a really young squad too. So a lot of these guys just, you know, trying to learn a new system and line up and play some of these incredibly talented teams that 28 6A is known for. There's going to be some growing pains.
Haney spins out of a tackle and ball's on the ground, and I believe the Bears have it. And they do. Brennan coming up with it. Isaiah Paul, we talked about him in the pregame. He comes up with the loose football as Haney tried to get some extra yards with that spin move, and then he had it just come out.
And immediately, Juan Morales of Holmes imploring his defense already had turned the page, and just good pursuit to the ball and a lot of guys, and he took a little shot to the head there. And
Isaiah Paul
had
really
something to do with it, yeah.
I think Isaiah Paul may have caused and recovered as Juan Morales looks on. So Brennan looking to put the foot on the throat. It's Jeter. Watch out. Touchdown, Brennan Bears. Jamel Jeter closer to 4,000 career yards. He's got 3 touchdowns on the night, and Jeter, who's headed to Oklahoma State, giving the Johnny Manziel money sign right there.
Yeah, rushed for 800 yards as a backup as a freshman, and then he got more confidence as a sophomore, over 1,000 yards in that season, and then 1,600 yards a year ago. And boy, 28-6A, better be on the lookout for this guy. I'm sure I'm not, ringing the bell and something they don't already know.
Heck, Oklahoma better be looking out for this guy if he's going to play for the OSU Cowboys.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's on his way. 35-3, all Brennan so far. Welcome back to Guff Stadium. Coach Baser watching his squad get ready to kick it off. Just a walk in the park for Jamil Jeter, who now has 6 carries for 60 yards. He came into the game 75 short of 4,000. So, Chuck, according to our NEISD math, that leaves him 15 yards short of 4,000. As Goodman brings it out, and he's tackled short of the 15-yard line, and we go down to Hannah Trippett, who talked to Coach Baser coming back from halftime. Hannah?
Yeah, guys, you know what? He liked the way his guys came out really fast on offense there, but he was quick to point out that Holmes was able to do the same on that first drive. He was proud that his guys able to hold them to the field goal, and he felt like that was when things really started to click. He also pointed out there's still a lot of game left, but as we just saw, the offense able to mimic their first half start, so we'll see how it goes, guys.
All right, thanks, Hannah. I wonder if we're going to see much more of Jeter, who I'm sure would like to go over the 4,000-yard mark tonight while he's playing on television, but we'll have to wait and see what Coach Baser does with his squad. They've got big district schedule coming up as the toss sweep to Haney coming this way. Puts a foot in the ground and a quick cutback, but doesn't fool anybody as that Bear defense swarms him down right at the 15.
Yeah.
Jeffrey McMillan. Sorry, Chuck.
No, you're good. I was just going to say, just some closing thoughts on Jeter, talking to Coach Baser. And, he said last year, even with the 1,600 yards, he was kind of nicked up the whole year, but still got his. But this year, he's been healthy the whole time. His confidence level's off the chart. Of course, we've seen it all on display. He can block, run. He's got great speed and power. There's really nothing he can't do on the football field. And then Coach Baser finished it off by saying, it's really more about this guy and his character than anything else. He says, when you're good and you're as great a player as he is, it's easy to walk around with your chest bumped up and show off your feathers. And he says, this is just not that guy. He's super humble. He's great to coach. He's great to be a teammate of. Just super humble, and they just love him. They love everything that he's all about, and obviously that's the kind of thing that's going to propel him to even greater things at the next level. And again, he's verbal to OSU. He likes it there. It seems like a great fit, but other offers are still coming in because you don't want to miss on somebody that, may change his mind at the last minute. It's just the way it works when you're a super stud like him.
DeMarcus Davis with a sack for the Bear defense, and they're going to get off the field again with Holmes deep in their own territory.
Yeah, they really like their defensive line here at Brennan as well. Roger Bates and company, and you see DeMarcus Davis has been solid, turned it up the last couple of games. Very quick inside, but they're really pleased with all 4 of their big beasties on that 4-3 defense.
Q right, flags fly, kicks it away. Tollfree's going to watch it, back him up to the 48. And there's a flag on the play as Tollfree goes down the sidelines. He's drilled right on the stripe of the out-of-bounds line, but that's coming back at 26-yard return. Lonnie's sorting out all the different penalties, and they'll figure it out.
Offsides on the defense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
So they'll kick it again as Brennan was offside, and so after that nice return by Tolfree, Holmes will try to back him up further.
Directional kick away from him after that return.
Yeah, you got your all-star wideout handling your punting duties. Done a nice job handling the football tonight, too. Right as I say that, I jinx him. He might be sacked for a safety, and he's taken down for a safety. Q Wright taken down by a Kyle Hamby. 2 more points for the Brennan Bears. Their lead now is 37-3.
Yeah, just couldn't find the ears, and then all kinds of pressure in the backfield, and tack on 2 more for Brennan.
We're coming right back with more. The Bears will have it back.
Welcome back to Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights. Right now I'm joined by the Holmes band director, Daniel Lugo, and we just were able to see your band perform, but I hear there's a bit of a story that you don't really get to practice like most bands do around town. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, you know, if you drive up the access road here at 410, you'll see a beautiful crane. Well, that crane is placed on top of our old band hall, Old Fine Arts Auditorium. The district is building a new facility for us, so we're in portables right now that are on top of our band practice pad. So every time we rehearse during the week, we have to be bused to the stadium here, the parking lot, and to rehearse. So we're learning about ourselves. We're learning about to work as a team, as a school. Administration has been great. The district has been fantastic to help us provide us the resources needed to be superior.
Well, it was excellent. I enjoyed listening to it, and thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Guys, back to you.
All right, kick is in the air, and Brennan will have a chance to return it. It's Jalen Bussey. Look out, Bussey's off to the races. Gets to the outside, got to beat that man to the corner, and he does it. Good speed by the Holmes defender. That kicker out of here, Nunez with some speed to run him down.
Jalen Bussey's an interesting story for these Brennan Bears. He moved here from Ramstein, Germany. He's a military kid, and it was interesting because I guess he was playing in a high-level A team over there overseas, and when he got over here, Coach Baser said, hey, you got a chance to practice with us and see some of the talent around here? Is it any different? He said the kid started laughing, and he said, way different. But he's fit in nicely, and obviously he's played a big part of Brennan's success so far.
Jordan Flores, the left-hander, the snake, as Chuck calls him in at quarterback, hands it to Javon Grimes, as we're seeing some second-teamers in there for this Brennan Bear offense. And if we do, Chuck, we won't see any 4,000 mark eclipse tonight. And that may be all for Jameel Jeter tonight. Again, this is a team that's got a lot to play for in the weeks ahead, and this game comfortably in hand. Smith's split out to the left side. This young left-hander, see if he can throw it to him again. He's looking for him. He's got him, and it's caught. Touchdown. It's Smith again. No, check that. It's Tolfree. Chuck, what number do you call Tolfree?
I believe that's 8 or 7. Got the brothers out there. 1-800-6 points. Oh, it's just too easy.
Nice throw by the young left-hander.
Yeah, he's 2 for 2.
Jordan Flores has more completions tonight than he does on the season, and a couple of long ones.
Yeah, both went to the house. He is the snake.
When we come back, it's more Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights. Brennan in total control over Holmes.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Lymphedema MD.
Welcome back to Gus. Coach Baser's team in total control here tonight at Gustafson Stadium. The Brennan Bears getting ready for a very serious run to the playoffs. They think they're going there. You look at the record, they're only 2-3. But they won last week over Warren 45-14, and Now as they get ready to go into district play, or in district play, they are a team that seems to turn it on the later they go, as John Bustos returns this one. They lost to Reagan, lost to Johnson, lost to Judson, and then put up some big numbers against a very good MAC team with Tyler Vitt playing quarterback for the Brahmas. That's a good team that they beat. And then this will be their third win in a row. So after starting 0-3, they'll even it up and getting hot just at the right time.
You know, and doing it really in spite or despite a lot of injuries. I mean, we talked about their linebacking core being all banged up. I mean, they had Josh James break his foot. He's out 10 weeks. They hope to get him back for the playoffs. But, I mean, this guy was a 2-year starter, all-district guy. So next man up mentality.
All right, here's the handoff to Wisher. He's still on his feet, popped out of there and almost got a first down, and he might have had one right there at the stick.
Yeah, and a hallmark of any Juan Morales coach-based coach team, they're going to play hard and they're going to finish. And we talk about everything that he was able to do at Highlands. I mean, taking a winless program and then winning 8 games his first year, it was mighty impressive.
Another nice play by that Brennan Bear defense. Seeing a new group of Bears out there. Fernando Pinheiro. You know, that one as we take a look at our Monarch Trophy Studios Champions Trophy and the MVP Trophy. If you need anything, banners, business, team awards, plaques, trophies, give them a call. Monarch Trophy Studio, 344-3777. That's 210-344-3777. Or mtsawards.com. Second down and 12 for the Huskies. Play action off the throw. Completed. Mario De Leon picks up about 3. And Chuck, as we take a look at 23 back there, Wisher, this is a running back that they said, you know, Haney gets all the pub. But this sophomore has really surprised him in just the last 2 or 3 weeks. And they are not afraid to give him the football tonight.
No, and Coach Morales is still trying to figure out, you know, everything that he's got here and trying to put guys in the best possible place in order to make him successful. I mean, you already talked about Contravius Wright moving from outside at wide receiver down to tight end. He's doing that for the benefit of the kid because, you know, UTSA, UIW, they're looking at him.
Longoria run all the way, picks up a kielbasa smoke meat first down and showed great speed and goes down in a heap there at the end. But what a courageous run by that young man.
Yeah, not quitting, still a lot of fight. But again, you know, it's one of those things where you're trying to, you know, in Wright's situation, do what's best for the kid. If the colleges think that he might be a college tight end, they're going to put a lot of tape together and give him the best opportunity he can to play at the next level.
So Holmes moving the sticks, signs of life for their offense. 1st and 10, inside Brennan territory. Here's the sophomore Wisher. Stumbles forward for about 3. We take a look at our America's Diamond Smile Cam. A lot of reason to smile for the Brennan Bears tonight. Smile Cam brought to you by our friends at America's Diamond and these kids out here on a Thursday night.
Man, you take a look at this team in general, how young they are. I mean, just, you know, this at the skill spot, Quintravius Wright's their only senior, and then they got some seniors on the offensive line with Cesar Villarreal and Johnny Ray. We've already talked about tonight. As Holmes is lucky to get back on that one, but you know, Christian Rodriguez, another senior, William Gonzalez, have got some veterans up front, but Ozala, Cesar Villarreal, you know, some of these guys, you talk about, you know, sophomores at wide receivers, sophomores at running backs, you got a junior at quarterback, a lot of youth, and you mix that with the new system that Coach Morales is bringing in. And he said he's really been proud of these kids, how they've all bought in and they're doing the best they can with what he's given them.
Tough snap on that last one as Longoria fires incomplete, so that'll set up 4th down and 23. Holmes will have to kick it off again as you look at Trajan Moore. We saw him coming up with that sack after the bad snap. A senior with a 99 grade point average. He's in the top 5% of the class. He's a hooper, plays basketball and football. He volunteers his time. Part of that stuff we were talking about, the beyond the game concept, volunteering at the food bank, Toys for Tots, and the fire department. You see the colleges he was interested in? Duke, Stanford, Harvard.
I can't even spell those.
Right with the kick. It's a good one. It's going to take a bounce right there at 20. And here comes Tollfree, and he's slung out of bounds short of the 30. And we'll see the Brennan Bears offense run back onto the field, protecting a 44-3 lead.
Yeah, he's not
39-yard punt.
He's not the only one playing basketball. I mean, we haven't even talked about Jeter on the basketball court. You know, playing the post, and you look at his height and you think, hey, he's not a post player until he kicks you behind. You know, tough, rugged player, and looking the part there for the Bears basketball team. It's awfully talented.
Just a great athlete. Moving on to the next level.
He runs track too.
Fired to the outside, caught by Tollfree. Chuck, you get the sense when you talk to Coach Baser and this whole Oklahoma State commitment that it's up in the air? Is he a solid verbal, or you think that he could be swayed?
No, I mean, Coach Baser said he's absolutely convinced that he's going to OSU, that he really likes the program that they're running and the fit for him personally. But you know, it's just kind of the nature of the beast, Don, as you know. I mean, when you're good and you're talented and you got so many schools that are after you, you know, they keep pressing you just in case you change your mind last second or something happens. You know, you never know.
Flag on the play. Here's Lonnie.
Personal foul. Yes. First down.
15-yard penalty. You know, we've talked about this because we've talked to these coaches down here all over San Antonio. I don't know. I know there's not a better out-of-state school that recruits San Antonio better than Oklahoma State. There may not be a Texas school that recruits San Antonio as good as Oklahoma State. You look at the kids that have ended up playing there. It all started there with Megan Simmons' brother playing linebacker, and 3 basically All-American DBs. Vincent Taylor out of Madison, and the kid from Brack playing corner, Ramon Richard.
Yeah, the list goes on and on.
Yeah, a couple other DBs that are moving on to the Dimitri Flowers playing at Oklahoma, but Oklahoma State's put in kid from Judson, drawing a blank. They're doing a really good job of recruiting San Antonio. Yeah, Austin Hayes out of Reagan, played wide receiver there.
You get that pipeline going, and it's funny how that sometimes works. You know, it used to be like, think about Oklahoma and how they would recruit the stick sports. You know, just up the road in New Braunfels, or you know, some of the kids that they've plucked from the area. It is interesting how, you know, what happens is you get one and they do well, and all of a sudden it's like, hey man, we're going to go back. That's a gold mine.
Yeah, Jordan Stearns is the other one.
Yeah.
Got a look from the Chiefs out of Steele, and Trey Flowers was the kid from Judson. All those guys, all conference performers. Inside handoff to Javon Grimes. So we take a look at our TNL top 10. Not a lot of movement basically all season long. O'Connor jumped from 4 to 2 after they knocked off Steele, and really Judson, O'Connor, Smithson Valley, and Clemens have been there most of the year. Brandeis and Reagan have always kind of been there in the 5-6 spot. We've had some movement at the bottom of the bowl. I guess one of the bigger surprises, Jay in Southwest. Jay moving in a couple of weeks ago, and how about those John Jay Mustangs?
Yeah, with their D1 prospect quarterback, and doing a good job out there at Jay.
Here's Grimes picking up another Kielbasa smoke meat first down.
You know, we're talking about the Oklahoma State pipeline. Heck, we're not even mentioning Vincent Taylor from Madison, who's having a great year as a late-round pick for the Dolphins.
Yeah, he was probably the best of the bunch.
Illegal formation, offense, 5-yard penalty,
I mentioned him. You just weren't listening to me as usual.
Oh, really? No, I was trying to think. I think you threw me a curveball. You said, you start dropping names, and I'm like, oh, I'm drawing a blank. I had a chance to watch.
It came to us.
Yeah, I had a chance to watch Vincent work out this summer with local trainer Bebe McClinton. And talk about a large man with exceptional athletic ability. He certainly looks the part as well.
Substitution action on the offense. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, hats off to Lonnie Johnson. He's the most efficient lead referee that I've seen. He can get the call from his crew and get it announced quicker than any ref I've ever seen. He's a vet. Snap, little option pitch. Flores keeps it back to the original marker. And speaking of officials, Chuck, we've talked this season about the shortage of officiating crews. Like to make a little extra bucks. They're always looking at TASO, that's the Texas Association of Sports Officials. They'll train you, everything. Just go to saofficials.com and you can make some extra bucks and really do some public service, because these kids, some of these games even get canceled because of a lack of officials. Nice completion for Brennan across the 35 and ridden out of bounds at the 30 is Jonathan Arrington getting a catch.
And another great throw by the Snake, too, man. I'll tell you what, they're just stacking them and racking them at quarterback position here at Brennan High.
It's his first catch of the year. Seen a lot of youngsters for the Bears. So we tick inside of a minute here in the 3rd quarter. Flores has a lot of confidence slinging that football. Inside handoff to the fullback, straight ahead. That's Gabriel Ramos, only his 3rd carry of the season. Alan Bresino making the tackle. Our All-Star Cheer Challenge, you can register today. Remember, 4 lucky cheer squads are going to get a chance to cheer at the U.S. Army All-America Bowl and the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB on January the 6th, so make sure you register your squad. By the way, the All-Stars announced today. We've told you about a couple of them playing in this game tonight, including Alexander Wise, Quintravious Wright from Holmes also in the game. We'll be announcing more of the winners this week on Maximum Sports and Sports Sunday on Sunday night. Have the kids in and present them their jerseys from San Antonio Sports, and the All-Star Game presented by HEB. Always a good, fun time. And some of these kids in San Antonio, Chuck, we've seen that, it was kind of more rare 5 or 6 years ago. Now, every year it seems like we have 1 or 2 in either the Under Armour All-American Game or the U.S. Army All-American Bowl, or both. Here's some of the players we were talking about from these 2 schools. Isaiah Paul's going to be in it along with Wise and Joshua James and Ethan Barron, the deep snapper. And from Holmes, Quintravious Wright.
And every year, you go through the voting process of this, or you look at the list of names, and it's getting harder and harder to figure out who gets to play and who doesn't. And just talent across the board, citywide, area-wide, private schools, public schools, all the way down the board. Players everywhere in this area.
This will be the last snap of the quarter with 3 ticks left. Coming in motion. It's a straight handoff, nice pickup, breaking it to the outside and getting all the way down to the 21-yard line is Javon Grimes, and that'll take us to the 4th quarter. A lot of 4s up there on the board. 44-3. Brennan over Holmes. We're coming back for the 4th and final quarter right after this, and stick around. We'll be handing out the hardware after this one's all over. Welcome back. Time for our Dream SA 3rd quarter highlights. Jameel Jeter's probably not going to take another snap tonight, so he'll be short of his 4,000 yards, but he sure was efficient tonight. 60 yards, 6 carries, 3 touchdowns, making it look way too easy. And Meanwhile, the Huskies turned it over. Isaiah Paul picked up that fumble recovery. And then they had a safety, Kyle Hamby, taken down right to make it 37-3. And then Tollfree added another touchdown. This from the arm of the young Jordan Flores, who got 2 touchdown passes tonight. That's where we are, 44-3, although Flores is trying to add to that as he goes inside the 25-yard line.
Yeah, kids from both schools getting valuable snaps. And even for Holmes, I mean, you never know how the back end of Zone A is going to play out. So, you know, all hope is not lost. There's still plenty to play for both of these teams.
Let's go down to the sidelines and Hannah, actually in the stands.
Oh, yeah, I'm in the stands right now. You know what? I saw this sign at pregame, and I saw happy birthday, happy 18th birthday, Jason, number 54. You know, we all spend our birthdays in different places. I think I was at work last year. You and I, Don, we got to spend my birthday together. And so I thought, what better way than to celebrate your birthday on TV with a bunch of people? Now, he's not here, Jason isn't, but his mom, Jessica, is. And do you have any birthday wish you want to say to Jason right now?
Just to say happy birthday and we love you.
Awesome. Well, Jason, we all wish you a happy birthday from the entire Thursday Night Lights crew. I wish we could get the entire crowd to sing happy birthday, but, you know, there's a football game to play right now, guys.
Okay.
Back to you.
We'll start warming up. La, 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 la. Chuck?
I got nothing.
Chuck, can you sing happy birthday in heavy metal?
You know, probably.
I stumped him. 3rd down and 7.
I actually considered it for about 2 seconds.
Flores over the middle. Almost, it is picked off. The Huskies right down the middle of the field, being caught from behind is Alan Brasino, but a nice play by that young man to stop the Brennan drive. If he would have come to the home sideline, he might have scored.
Really nice play, reading that one all the way. Quarterback dropping back, look at him, just watching the quarterback's eyes and head. Ball got knocked around, tipped a little bit. Good job hauling it in, and pretty spiffy return as well, picking up the home sideline.
Got the Huskies back into it emotionally. They still have Haney out there at the tailback spot. Down 44-3. They'll hand it to him. He's got speed coming this way. Nice cutback move. Breaks another tackle and has a first down. Aquarian Haney.
Gotta like that. Still running with all kinds of abandon and super fast. A smile on his face, or is that a little angst on his face?
I tell you, when your helmet comes off, it's not fun.
No, it doesn't appear to be.
You get the mouthpiece taken off your nostrils and stuff like that.
Oh, it clipped on the forehead there, but
Kielbasa smoked meat, first down for the Huskies, full backfield. And that's another loose snap over the head of Longoria, and he falls back on it, and I don't know, that may be the 3rd or 4th 15, 20-yard loss tonight because of rocket snaps over the head of both the quarterback and the punter at times.
Well, you like the velocity going back there. That's the object. Get it back there as quick as possible. You just don't like the accuracy at this point.
And so that'll make it a 2nd and 34. Not too many coordinators have this one on their laminated board. They'll pitch it, and in the backfield with Wisher is that Brennan defense. Getting back in there to break that one up was Andrew Phillips, who just busted through.
Yeah, he was the guy that shot out of a cannon back there, got clipped, or somebody chipped him. He just kind of had the tackle fall into his lap. Great job staying after that. Nice job, Andrew Phillips. Senior linebacker getting some PT here on TNL.
Inside handoff, it's Haney. Again, he's got speed and strength as he drags a tackler across the 35. Trajan Moore bringing him down. And Chuck, with the score 44-3 with still 8 minutes to go, you know, that means we're going to have plenty of time for the musings of the uniform czar. I know you're really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that about as much as I think viewers at home are waiting for me to sing happy birthday a la heavy metal.
Amani Arvello back to receive this punt. It's a low liner towards the sidelines. It'll go out of bounds there, and depending on the angle, they'll bring it all the way up to about the 40-yard line, and that's where they'll have it when we come back. It's all Brennan at Gus, 44-3. Welcome back. Gustafson Stadium, all Brennan Bears. Another opportunity for their offense on the field right now as they hand it off inside. Back to the line of scrimmage is Gabriel Ramos. It's his third carry of the season, fourth carry of the season, second carry tonight.
Yeah, and again, you know, we look at the scoreboard and the stats, and obviously it's all going Brennan's way, but really amazed they were able to put this kind of a performance on against a quickly improving Holmes squad. You know, we talked about their linebacking core and some of the guys that they've lost. But he mentioned Josh James, who broke his foot, and they hope to get him back. But Philip Garcia, they were really counting on him, too, tore his ACL, third play of the Reagan game, and he just had surgery, so we'll hope for his speedy recovery.
Talking about speedy, Joshua Lopez showing some speed, getting a first down and a huge gain for Brennan. Nice play by that young man. Noah Garcia bringing him down.
It's always interesting, too, Don, when you get into some of these games, they get a little lopsided, and you get some guys that, you know, maybe going to get a chance to play for the first time, and or, you know, guys that get to play sporadically, and it's so hard to get on a varsity field when you're talking about the size of some of these 6A schools. So, you know, there's some guys with talent that are backing up these other talented guys, and we get to see it each and every week.
Sure enough, a lot of young kids with a lot of talent here as they run an inside reverse to Ramos, and he picks up a couple.
Yeah, that almost looked like a bust that they just, you know, made chicken salad out of. Yeah, talk amongst yourselves there.
I'll set up second down and 8. Ramos will run off.
Yeah, pretty good improvisational skills, that's for sure.
Second down, 5:53 to play. Here's another handoff. This time it's Lopez, and they're still fighting. Uh-oh. Some scrapping going on now between some of the big fellas.
Yeah, district rivals, couple of teams with a lot of pride and programs with a lot of pride.
Hey, we told you about the Beyond the Game program. San Antonio Sports and the U.S. Army are recognizing teams that have exhibited those key values through their actions. To learn how parents, teachers, and coaches can nominate teams that go beyond the game, visit sanantoniosports.org. Watch tonight's halftime show for this week's teams that are going beyond the game. Saw that on our halftime show. And right up the middle as a flag flies is Joshua Lopez. And Chuck, when it comes to the uniform czar, we're going to make tonight's observations sans pink socks. Okay, so we're going to pretend they weren't there on the Holmes side. On for Holmes in the green and yellow. I love the traditional Husky look. This is a look that has been around San Antonio since the days of Jimmy Hawkins, and they've never changed their colors and never really changed their tradition. It's good old-fashioned Green Bay Packer green and gold. You got to like that, Chuck. The H, very clean. I like the lines on the shoulders, and a very easy numeral to read for old broadcasters is key.
Amen.
That's just a good look. It's no stripes on the pants as the handoff goes inside. As for Brennan, they've got a lot of cool features here. Now, the B on the helmet, kind of like what we saw with Burbank, it's almost a ripoff of the Boston Red Sox, but it's original in theirs, and I like that as well. As we talk uniform talk here, that B is not quite.
Yeah,
Red Sox B.
It's like
it's almost Boston Bruin B.
No, it's or Pittsburgh Pirates-esque B.
Yeah, it's very clean. The stars get that Ohio State Buckeye theme on the back where you get a sticker if you do something good. I like that. And I like the helmet stripe that stops halfway, kind of like the Baltimore Ravens. That's another really original look. I could deal better with black numerals instead of the silver, but it's not a bad look. But absolutely the greatest thing they got going on is the sleeve stripe that are actually bare scratch claws.
Don, I am more than impressed with your knowledge of teams' uniforms in the greater San Antonio area. I do have a question for you. Would you rank these like all-time favorites?
The Brennan uniform, I'd have to say, is right up there with some of the best we've ever seen in San Antonio, but just because of their originality, especially when they wear their black jerseys.
I gotta say, I do enjoy watching teams that look like NFL uniforms. I feel like we're watching the Packers Steelers. I think you made that reference. It does kind of give you that cool NFL feel.
Yeah, I give both these teams, Chuck, a big thumbs up.
Nice.
And Hannah. I would change I'm sorry, but I would change the numeral color to a black with a silver outline, but that's just nitpicking.
See, I'm the guy that'll wear like sneakers to work, and I'm the first one to tell anybody that's telling me, hey, you're wearing sneakers on the air tonight. It's like, look, nobody's looking at those kinds of things. So
I'm only going to bring up shorts.
Yeah, it's not the first thing that pops out, but man, you're like Blackwell. What's his name, Mr. Blackwell?
Oh, don't get me started on some of the details, like when the Cowboys wouldn't cut the helmet stripe of Dak.
Thankfully we have to go to break. Oh, we have to go to break?
It's 4th and 5 when we come back. Welcome back to Gus Stadium. Brennan Bears are going to try to put 3 more on the board. Andrew Bentley spotted at the 28. It's on its way, and it's blocked. Just kind of didn't get it up. I couldn't tell if it was blocked or it was just low trajectory.
I think a little bit of both.
I kind of pulled a Bill Mercer right there. I was looking up at the goalpost. I never saw the ball. I said, it's on its way. I didn't realize where it went. Just kind of glanced off the shoulder there. Just never really got it airborne. Hit a 1-iron when he needed a wedge. So Holmes will take over with 2:23 left. And Juan Morales knows he's got a long way to go with this program, but it's on the right track as he has some other youngsters out there. John Bustos with the carry, Raymond Rios playing quarterback.
Yeah, I was talking to Coach Morales about that and what the transition's been like, and he said, there are some things that we just can't control and we're not going to worry about it. He said they've yet to play with 100% of their starters. 2 to 3 starters each week have gone down, and, the injuries have hurt them, but you've got a new coaching staff, you got a new system, the injuries make it tough. They're not making any excuses, but he really feels like this thing's coming along and they're learning. And he'd obviously like everybody to learn at a much quicker pace, but they're doing all they can do right now. And it's the first year. They're playing in 6A, but they're also looking towards the future. They're playing a lot of young guys, and he really feels like these young guys that he has that are playing are going to be really good when they grow up in this system, and he really feels like they can help them out now too. So he's, extremely complimentary of the administration, the teachers, talked about how great everybody was there in that regard. And then, he says, you can't say enough about this Holmes family and the alumni. They still come out. It's a total family situation here. It's off the charts. If people come into their pep rallies, they've got great support, and they want to win. And he's just the guy to make it happen because, hey, man, proof's in the pudding. He goes to Highlands and does his thing, and
They're still reaping the rewards
They
from
still
there.
are.
They're up 24-0 at the half on Jefferson tonight, and that's a Jefferson team that we had a couple of weeks ago that was very impressive, very capable, and Highlands is back on the winning track after 2 winless seasons before he got there. By the way, some other scores tonight. Brandeis, who this Brennan team will play next week, leads Marshall 14-0, and it's Memorial over Brack 34-27 in the 4th, and Eagle Pass win leads McCullum 20-13 down in the 3rd. A very rich tradition here at Holmes with the Keith Carey Cash twins and Johnny Walker and Rene Maldonado played quarterback here in the 80s. I mentioned Jimmy Hawkins earlier. Frank Arnold coached here before he moved to Judson. So they have a rich football history here at Holmes. And not to forget Darrell Williamson, who has an Olympic gold medal as a track sprinter, who played a little football here.
Yeah, we talked about the resurgence of all their programs at Holmes. I mean, baseball team is right there. The last couple of years, basketball team's been mighty impressive.
Yeah, that basketball stud who went to University of Virginia as a recruit. Here's their schedule the rest of the way. Brennan tonight, and then Brandeis, Taft, and the NISD playoff, and that could be very important right there for Holmes. They're going to need to win a couple to get in there.
Yeah, and again, you know, Coach Morales is first to point out that, you know, one of the guys he really learned a lot from was the guy on the other sideline, Coach Baser, when they hooked up a couple different spots.
Wright's punt is taken right at the 50. Both of their next opponents is Brandeis, although Brennan has a bye. That'll take us to 4 seconds, and we're 1 snap away from wrapping this thing up. So we'll hand out the hardware to Coach Steve Baser and come up with the player of the game. Make sure you don't go away from the post-game show. Hannah Trippett will interview the stars tonight. Maybe we can get Hannah to get a strong more verbal from Jeter and see if he's swayed by any other schools. I'll tell you what, that young man looks like he is going to be a star on Saturdays. Already got the size for the next level, and that's going to do it. 44-3, Brennan over Holmes. The Bears making it look easy, and they just might have set a new TNL record for the quickest game played.
That's what I'm talking about. I mean, I don't think there's any question. I think it shattered the record.
9:27.
By at least 10 minutes.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll hand out our Monarch trophies and get the good word from Coach Steve Baser and the Brennan Bears when we come back.
Welcome to the Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights post-game report.
It's a wrap here at Gustafson Stadium. Brennan over Holmes 44-3. Time to hand out the Monarch trophies. Let's go down to the field and Hannah Trippett. Hannah?
Don, this is the fun part. We get to talk about some of these guys and the huge performance they just showed. We want to start with our player of the game. He had 3 catches for 150 yards, 1 touchdown. Jordan Smith. Can we have, come on, cheer, guys. Jordan Smith, yeah. And Jordan can come to the front. We want to ask you a few questions. He's a little shy, guys. Come on. Great game tonight. Congratulations. Here's your trophy. How'd you feel out there tonight?
It was a great experience, man. I love my team. We did good tonight. It was a good experience.
3 catches, 150 yards. My goodness, those were some big plays. What do you have to say about that?
I'm so proud, but there's still some time to go. We got a long way to go.
How do you feel about this team so far this season? Kind of a rough start, but you've really turned it around. You've picked up some momentum. How do you feel about them going out throughout the rest of the season?
I love my team. We've come a long way. We're starting to have a better chemistry. We've been working hard, practicing very hard. It's going to be a good season. We got a way to go.
What do you think about some of the other guys on your offense? This is obviously a team sport. Y'all have a huge offense, a bunch of guys going to D1 schools here. What do you have to say about the way they performed tonight, too?
I mean, they come out every game. They play their hardest. It's no surprise now.
And so we want to talk to some of those other guys, too. I know number 5 is a guy I think we all know and talk about, Jamil Jeter. You want to come up here to the front? Yeah. A lot of people are going to know this guy. Committed to Oklahoma State right now, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you feel about the way the Cowboys are playing so far this season?
Oh, they've been playing great. They got Baylor this week, actually, at Waco, so that should be a good game.
How do you feel your performance so far in your senior season is going to help you next season when you move up to Stillwater?
It's been helping great. Running back coach been teaching the running backs great blocking style, so I can be more blocking, better blocking in college. And Coach Bader's been doing great with me too.
And I hear something about 4,000. We wanted to see 4,000. What's that? What's that about? 4,000 yards?
4,000 yards. That's the goal.
Okay, so here's how we're going to get to 15 right now. Can we get you to just run 4,000? Can you just run 15? Can we just do that real quick? I'll do it with you. Come on, let's get to 4,000. Yeah, we got it. How does it feel? 4,000 yards.
It feels great.
Unofficial, of course. Okay, we have another guy, another teammate, offensive player we want to talk to. I talked about him in the pregame. Alexander Wise. Played some Wise football here.
Is that number 18?
That is number 18, the one and only. Hey, Alexander. Alexander, I was talking about you pregame, racked up already 3. How do you feel about your season so far? Sorry, 1 second. We're having some mic issues, so let me just do a little dance here. Okay, go ahead and tell me again about how you're feeling so far.
I can't do nothing without the O-line and the quarterback. They just give me the ball in good position and I make plays.
And I heard you have one offer so far from Air Force Academy. Do you have any other offers right now?
No, I don't. Right now.
Are you feeling pretty good about them?
Yeah, I am.
Have you committed yet? Or?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Timeline yet on commitment?
No, we just me and my dad just focusing on school right now.
Well, best of luck to you. We're going to send it back upstairs to Don and Chuck.
All right, thanks, Hannah. Great job. Hannah, just for the record, she outran Jamil Jeter. So she got that on her resume. Jamil being a good sport, and we're going to try to get those technical issues fixed so we can talk to Steve Baser. And I think we've got it fixed. Let's go back down to Hannah and Steve. Go ahead, Hannah. We thought so.
We are joined now. We're having some we got this. We're joined now by Coach Baser. What do you have to say about the complete game your team just had?
Well, I mean, it's exciting, and that's what you shoot for, week in and week out. And, we've put better games together as the season's gone on and, faced some tough competition, especially early. But, I feel like good where we're at, good where we're headed. I think the kids feel pretty good. There's always something to improve upon. But like you said, I felt pretty good in special teams, pretty good on offense, pretty good on defense. And we're just striving to get better week in and week out. That's what we tell the kids all the time. And hopefully we got better this week, and that will continue.
And your season, I guess that's kind of an example of your entire season so far, a little bit of slow start, but you're really picking it up. How do you feel about these guys heading into the rest of the year?
Well, I feel pretty good. I mean, I felt like we could be a really, really good team this year, and, we have high expectations every year, but we got a lot of talent on the team, and it's just a matter of gelling and staying healthy, and we've had the injury bug a little bit, but, guys have to step up, and that's generally what they've done. And like I said, we're kind of on a streak right now. We got 3-game winning streak. We want to keep that going. Got a huge game next week against Brandeis. In the zone place thing. So we got a lot of football ahead of us, and again, we got to just keep it rolling and continue to get better each week.
How important was that pre-district schedule with Judson, Reagan, Johnson, teams that are doing great this season?
Yeah, we knew that when we scheduled them, and we've always had a pretty solid schedule. But that's a pretty good gauntlet with those three, and we were really close in really all of them. We just came up a little short in a couple of them, and Judson slipped away a little bit. But obviously those are really good teams, and all the credit goes to them for the victory. But that's what you learn from, and I tell the kids it's kind of like playing playoff teams preseason, because usually all those teams are going to go to the playoffs. Hopefully we'll go to the playoffs as well. So it's kind of a precursor to the playoffs, and it's a good gauge, but it gives you room to grow. And hopefully we're growing and taking a step each week.
Awesome. Congratulations, Coach Knight. Now it's time to pass out the fun trophy for everyone to celebrate, the Monarch Game Trophy. Come on, guys, time to celebrate. Congratulations on the
win. The Bears victors will come back to Jefferson Stadium right after this. The Brennan Bears having a good time over on their sidelines, singing the school song and celebrating tonight's 44-3 win over the Holmes Huskies. And there's a lot of really cool stories on this Brennan team, including the young man who's standing by with Hannah right now. Hannah?
Yeah, Don, I'm here with Mario Reyes. He's the center for the Brennan Bears, and you might notice this cast on his right hand. Now, he is right-handed, I found out. So he has a bit of an interesting situation. First, we want to know when you injured your hand and how long you've been playing since.
I injured my hand in the first game versus Reagan, and I've been playing ever since. That weekend, the following weekend, I came to practice on Monday.
So how hard is it for you, because you're right-handed, he's snapping with his left. How hard was it for you to get used to that?
Honestly, it wasn't that hard. It just took, I think, after the 5th snap, I got used to it. I had the same situation with my right hand, and I just adjusted it to my left, and it felt the same.
You make it sound so simple, but when you broke your hand, were you nervous that was it for the rest of the season?
Oh, I was. I went to the emergency care doctor, and they told me I'm out for the season. I was heartbroken. I went home depressed, and we went to another doctor, a sports medicine doctor, and they told me, oh, no, you're good. We just got to put a cast.
No big deal. No big deal. Just need a cast, obviously, guys. Come on now. I mean, do you think you could do this?
No.
No.
I have this question for him. Is it dangerous to his opposition?
Is it dangerous to the guy you're going up against?
I'm pretty sure it is, but it's more dangerous in my situation because I only have 3 fingers to work with. And when it's all covered up like this, it makes it harder to move them around. And if I make one wrong move, I break another finger.
Okay, so that's football, but what about your schoolwork? How is it writing and taking tests?
Oh my God, it's hectic. It's terrible. My art teacher, she made me draw with my left hand. I told her, no, I can do it with my right. She's like, no, I want you to draw with your left.
What are your teammates? Are your teammates going to help you out at all?
He's in the art.
They do. They're always there to motivate me. Every time I get down, the fact that I can't do everything. But they're always there to pick me up and say, hey, man, you got this.
That's awesome, and now you got another win on this season. No big deal. We can do this with Cass, guys. I think I found a little bit more motivation to go to the gym tomorrow. But very impressed with you, and congratulations on the win tonight, guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's the big guy up front, Don. You know, he's the center. He's snapping, and I'm glad we were able to get that in tonight. I just didn't know we were going to be entertained quite at that level.
Yeah, is it dangerous to you? I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's a club.
Yeah, and I was thinking how hard it would be going to the bathroom.
Hannah's got more. The young man that we talked about, Isaiah, at pregame. This is another kid that we're going to be seeing playing at the next level, most likely. Hannah?
Okay, we want to talk to you a little bit about how exciting it is for you this season. You're an all-star selection already. How exciting?
I'm grateful, to have the opportunity to play an all-star game. I never had anything like that before, so it's pretty cool, be a part of that.
Are you committed to play anywhere? Do you have any college updates for us?
No, ma'am. No offers, no nothing right now.
Hey, there's still plenty of time this season.
It's mid-season.
How are you feeling about your season so far?
It's pretty good, I had to take on the starting role as the mic and as the captain of the team, and I'm, trying my best to lead the guys on to victory.
Can this team go? Y'all obviously have a bunch of talented guys on this team. What is the limit for you? What is the goal this year?
State. That's the goal. We want to win out our district because we started off slow, but we're trying to win out our district and get the repeat against O'Connor Panthers and, get that rematch going.
What is about kicks this year? You seem to be blocking them left and right.
Coach Sam, actually, he sets up like the whole strategy deal. He sets them up and I just knock them down.
How was I hear you had a change of position this year. How has that been going?
Yeah, it was difficult at first. I didn't know what to do, and then Coach Campbell, he sat down, he talked to me. We went, like hours and hours during film, making sure I was good, and he's been doing a pretty good job, and I'm grateful for him.
Now, something I noticed on the sidelines walking around today, you guys like to have fun. I saw some pretty awesome dance moves. What's going on with that?
I mean, it's Topher, really, because Topher, he's a hype man of the team. So, he gets going, we all get going. So, it's pretty cool.
Wait, there's two of them I hear. Which one?
The big Topher.
The big Topher, guys.
Big toe.
Big toe. Awesome. Well, I'm going to want to see some of these dance moves. Maybe we can. Well, the guys are gone, but maybe we can just have a dance of our own out here, guys. Don, Chuck, you want to come down here?
Hey, what you got? You got about 7 or 8 minutes. We'll work on it. We'll do the highlights.
Okay.
We'll do some stats while he choreographs for you, and we'll come back to you with a little two-step.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and just to talk a little bit more about the kind of player that Isaiah Paul is. I mean, Hannah talked about it. I mean, this guy's had like 5 block PATs and punts already this year. As you could see him, he's long, 6'1". But Coach Baser was telling us how he's really blossomed. He's made a huge impact on the game. And we talk about the recruiting prospects for this guy. It's all kind of happening late because he's made such an unbelievable jump from what he was able to do last year to what he's doing right now. But there's no question in Baser's mind that this guy's a next level player. He's under-recruited to this point, but you know, as good as he was last year, he had a great offseason, and he was nervous about going to linebacker, but as we said, they had 2 massive injuries there, and he started filling in, and Coach Baser really thought, you know, once we told him he looked the part, he really kind of settled in and started doing his own thing. But, you know, again, he was originally going to be a safety, but they had him outside, but they moved him inside because, again, their Mike linebacker broke his foot in the scrimmage early in the year. And Coach Baser's really happy for him because he's been making plays, and it's just all a part of this young man's maturation and the process of stepping up. And, you know, it's just really been fun to watch. He's pretty much been their leading tackler all season long, and as we take a look at these highlights, he's had a lot of company. You know, this Brennan team is getting hot at the right time, and you know, about what we'd expect. This is what they do and what they've done in this decade.
Got a lot of help around him, and you know, that's what's a good thing about the All-Star game. A lot of kids go into that All-Star game without a lot of offers, and they come out with offers, and that's one of the reasons we do it. We've got much more coming here from Gustafson Stadium. We'll be right back. Final tonight, 44-3, Brennan over Holmes. Welcome back, 44-3, our final. We have another one of our Texas silkscreen and embroidery player profiles.
All right, it is James Ibanez, a senior linebacker from the Holmes Huskies. As you can see, he plays football and varsity tennis. And wow, biology, physics, U.S. history, volunteers of the policeman's ball, and interested in computer programming, bodybuilding, reading, and tennis. Man, just your all-American boy right there. Nice going, James. They even named a guitar after him. Oh, wait, that's Ibanez. My bad.
All right now, time for our Night Office Solutions play of the night. The youngster, the snake, coming in on his very first throw, hitting our player of the game, Jordan Smith, for one of his long catches on the night and his touchdown. 150 yards on only 3 catches. And that is our Night Office Solutions play of the night.
Yeah, Jordan Flores, you will forever be the snake, young man.
Back with much more right after this on Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights, including our collision of the game. How'd you like that for a teaser? Welcome back. It's a wrap here at Gustafson Stadium, 44-3, our final score. Right now, it's time for our pick and pull collision of the game. It was this one right here on DeQuarian Haney when the ball comes out. And that was the young man Hannah was talking to about his dance moves. And Isaiah Paul doing more than dancing, laying the lumber, causing, jumping on the football. And that is our pick and pull collision of the game. Hey, we told you earlier about our $5,000 band grant, thanks to Sprouts Farmers Market. You still have time to vote for your favorite bands, including tonight's bands, Brennan at Band 11 to 44332, or the Holmes Band at Band 12 to 44332. And remember, at the end of the season, one of the band all season who gets the most votes wins our $5,000 band grant, courtesy of Sprouts Farmers Market. All right. Don't forget also the San Antonio Cheer Challenge, brought to you by San Antonio Sports, CPS Energy. This is where you register your cheer squad at CW35.com. Now, the most votes gets a $1,000 band grant. That's all you got to do. Second place wins $500. And the top 4 squads are going to cheer on national TV at the U.S. Army All-American Bowl on NBC or at the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game presented by HEB. It's a doubleheader that day. Saturday, January 6th at the Alamo Dome. We'll have the U.S. Army All-American Bowl for you on News 4, WOAI, Channel 4. And we'll also have the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB right here on the CW35. Chuck and I will have the call for that one. All right, time for our iDreamSA.com highlights. Wanted to see more of this guy tonight, but the score was not indicative of conducive to him playing a lot of minutes. Jamel Jeter had 3 touchdowns tonight. That was the first one. And then we had an interception by the Brennan defense. They turned it over right back when Holmes got it back. And Chuck, for a while, Holmes was in this football game.
Yeah, they were able to take that pick and take it down the field and get 3 points out of it.
But way too much Brennan tonight. Our player of the game, this young man, Jordan Smith, 3 catches, 150 yards. This touchdown right here. Also had one went to the 1-yard line, and then he had a drop that would have been another touchdown, but Jeter was way too much. And Jordan Martinez leading that Brennan offense to a big lead, a comfortable lead. And then look how easy the Oklahoma State commit makes this one look. Just a walk in the park. And you can tell from his physicality and his speed that he's just a next-level player. Defense stepping up. Here's the hit of the game we talked about. Paul causing that one and recovering it. And it was Katie Barr the door after that. Some special teams problems. They had some problems with the snap all night, did the Holmes Huskies. They stayed in there fighting for Coach Juan Morales. And then the Snake, your guy, you've nicknamed him for good. I wonder if the kids will pick up at it at school.
Probably not.
Number of different interceptions tonight. Holmes defense making plays late. And that was the good thing to see as the Huskies played in this till the very end. And that is our iDreamSA.com highlights of the game. All right, Chuck, break down the stats for us.
Well, probably a little bit about what you think. I mean, good yardage rushing for Brennan and passing, good balance there. And again, with their ability to run the football, I think the most impressive thing was that they got everybody in and out of here at 9:30 on a school night. And I think everybody's pretty excited about that one. But, again, Brennan with a lot to play for. Holmes is young, and they're going to get better under Coach Morales. Good showing tonight, I think. Good hustle, good heart from both squads, and highly entertaining.
It was. All right, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend on the CW 35, Saturday at noon. We've got Boston College taking on the reigning Heisman Trophy winner, the Louisville Cardinals. Then on Fox 29 on Sunday, Chuck's Green Bay Packers on Chuck Station taking on the Vikings at noon. That's a good old-fashioned rivalry, isn't it?
Well, it's interesting. I have the NFL package at home, and I haven't needed it 1 week. Packers have been on every week.
Sunday Night Football on News 4. We got the Giants. Boy, are they fun to watch this year. Taking on the Denver Broncos. Can you say mismatch? That's coming up Sunday night on News 4. And next week, we've got O'Connor and Stevens. We've had O'Connor already once this year. Talk about some star football players. Number 2 team in the area taking on the Stevens Falcons in a big district game. And Stevens will give the Panthers a challenge. Hey, thanks for being with us tonight. It was all Brennan over Holmes for Chuck McIntyre. Hannah Trippett down on the field for the wonderful Chris Kotfus and Brian Watson the truck. The always excellent statistician extraordinaire Mark Kusenberger and intern Derek as the spotter. I'm Don Harris saying we'll see you next time on Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights.